What's up, sports bettors? Pretty crazy that Cincinnati made the college football playoffs last year. They're plus 225 underdogs against Arkansas on Saturday. So you can see on the Betfair betting exchange, a very sharp, low, vague betting exchange, very active. It's very useful to look at their lines when you're trying to price things. Is giving you plus 225 on Cincinnati. Best price you can get on Arkansas is minus 238. So you can see the Betfair exchange. They're actually giving you the best price on Cincinnati and Arkansas. So a very sharp data point to include. And you can kind of use OddsJam, right, for any sport you want to bet on to browse odds for any game, for any sports books you use, right? So on DraftKings, you can get minus 255 on Arkansas. Cincinnati's plus 215, right? So for the point spread and the total is set at 53.5, 54, kind of across sports books. You can see on OddsJam, you can look into all the alternates and stuff. For example, maybe if you're less confident in the total going over, let's say 53.5, but you really believe the total is going to go over 47.5, you can bet on alternate lines, as they're called on DraftKings. So I don't have a play on the actual total. I actually have a prop bet for this game. And then the point spread's currently set at 6.5 and 7, depending on the book you're looking at. So the play I ended up going with is right here. I'm pretty excited with it. It's Arkansas versus Cincinnati, first quarter total points, plus 104. So 1.8% profit margin on this play. You can see I locked it in right here. $240 on Cincinnati, Arkansas, over 10.5 first quarter total points. On FanDuel, right? So again, the way that OddsJam works and the positive EV tool works is pretty simple, right? OddsJam is, literally just constantly scanning the sports betting market, all of these sports books, player prop odds, prop bets, to try to find you line discrepancies, right? Where are the few rare spots where sports books are slipping up? And you can see right here, Caesars, they're pricing this at minus 110 on over 10.5 first quarter total points. And Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're pricing this as a favorite, right? They actually have this favored over 10.5 first quarter total points on the sharpest sportsbook. And we're able to get this plus 104 on FanDuel. So that seems like pretty dang good value, right? 1.8% profit margin. We hit it for $240. So, what I like to do to kind of help visualize what's the profit margin of my bet is just put it into, a spreadsheet. So we have Arkansas, Cincy, over 10.5 first quarter, 1.8% profit margin, 240 stake. So our bet is worth 432 profit margin in dollars. So all that essentially means is I believe, the math is telling me just real-time market data, right? There's no BS, there's no fluff. OddsJam just uses real-time odds from the entire sports betting market to price lines and show you inefficiencies in the market, right? So we're using OddsJam to kind of identify these sharp betting opportunities. And what we see is, hey, Arkansas Cincy, we're getting 432 in profit margin. So if you gave me, $3, I wouldn't give you my bet. My bet is worth 432 in profit margin. So that's the first play I'm rolling with. So kind of what you can do when you're starting out betting on college football is you can basically blindly bet from the positive EV page. Like literally every single bet on the page, they're all mathematically profitable, right? And of course, not every bet's going to win, but over a large sample of bets, since every bet has an edge, you're going to make money. So that's the play I ended up rolling with. And what I also like to kind of show people is, depending on what your unit size is and the average EV percentage you're betting, you can kind of back out how many bets do I have to place per day to reach my profit goals, right? So what we can say is, okay, if my average bet has a 1.8% profit margin, my unit size is 150 and I'm betting $150 on everything, to earn $1,000 a month, right, I would have to place 370 bets, right? There's 30 days in a month, so you would have to place 12 bets a day. Now, if you only hit bets, with an average EV or edge percentage of 3%, so you'd aim for these higher, opportunities, then you'd have to place less bets, of course, only 7 bets a day, turn $1,000 a month with an $150 unit size. If your unit size is $250 and you want to earn, $2,000, you have to place 9 bets a day. So this is pretty helpful when just kind of trying to figure out how the math works out in terms of generating profit from bets with a mathematical edge or profit margin. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and let's make some money.